my name is Orla and it's Blue. So BTS just had their comeback a few days ago and I have been obsessed with it, and I've been really obsessing over the lyrics. I was going to make a video with just like all the songs and like going through the lyrics of all the songs, but then I thought that Life Goes On just needs a video of its own. So if you like K-pop and other fan culture and want to see more videos like this, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and turn that little bell notification. It's just a fun time on this channel. So yeah, I was absolutely like obsessed with the lyrics for this song. I just saw that they were so beautiful, so heartfelt, so needed, and this whole album was kind of like, the best way to describe it to me is like touching. Like I feel like it was just very necessary, like it was just needed. So I'm getting the English translations from Genius. I'm going to tell you what my opinions are. I love lyrics. Lyrics are like my favorite things ever. It's one of the reasons why I started standing BTS. I don't like poetry, but I did do my research topic for my dissertation in poetry because I love analyzing things. I guess without further ado, we're just gonna get into it. One day the world stopped without any warning. Spring didn't know to wait, showed up not even a minute late. Now there's a few things that I just want to say here. Also, because I did study English, like I will be like your English teacher, like overanalyzing everything. I have been told that I remind people of English teachers or of their English teachers, which makes me so happy because like that's the vibe that I go for. I just like being like Miss Honey. Okay, so you're already setting the foundation about like the pandemic and everything that's going on in the world right now, that like the whole world just kind of stopped. World stopped, you know? But I also really like that they've referenced their past music, so they've referenced Spring Day. Spring Day to me also has an air of longing, wanting to keep something, missing something, you know, but this also alludes to what they're going to be talking about later in the song, which is that time doesn't stop. Time can stop for nobody. Spring came and spring knew that the world knew that spring was supposed to happen, and so spring happened, and just because there was a pandemic going on doesn't mean that it stops. Streets erased of footprints, I lie here, fallen to the ground. Time goes by on its own without a single apology. I really like the line, time goes by on its own without a single apology. See, the thing is, time has always been around, but it's our perception of time that changes. You know, depending on what's going on around you, time feels like it goes by at a different speed. Now, it never does. Time never changes its speed. Time doesn't slow down or speed up, it's just our perception of it that changes. And, you know, sometimes we as people, we really want time to stop. Like, I'm so sad, I just cannot do this anymore, I just need time to stop so that I can just feel nothing and be nothing. Or I'm so happy, I just want to live in this moment forever, I just want time to stop so I can live in this happy moment forever. Time also can't do that, but time also can't apologize, because time goes on at the same pace all the time, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing in the world that we can do to stop that. So time can't apologize for that. Also, time is a concept, so that's another reason why it can't apologize. But you know, sometimes we feel like we need something to blame, and time is just the easiest thing to blame. It looks like rain again today, I'm soaked to the bone, still won't stop. Okay, really? Okay, rain again today. That to me is a clear sign of pathetic fallacy. Pathetic fallacy is a poetic technique in which the weather mimics the mood, usually to show sadness. Like I feel like sun can also show happiness, like sunshine can also show happiness, but usually we use pathetic fallacy to show sadness. That's just in general, that's what I feel like I've seen most. So the rain is pathetic fallacy for, I don't think it's only sadness, I think it's also dullness and this kind of like, you can't really do, like there's so many things that you can't do when it's raining. And rain does give this like dull atmosphere to the world, it does make us quite sad. But then the again shows that it's a repetitiveness, this is something that's always happening. Every day feels like it's dull, every day feels like it's sad, every day feels like we can't do anything. It just feels like we're stuck in this rain. But also it looks like rain again today, it seems like this very like, like acceptance in a weird way, and you're just kind of like numb to it. When it happens all the time, you just eventually become numb to the rain. And then the I'm soaked to the bone shows that it's every aspect of life is this rain. It's not just like it's raining and it's outside, but I myself have been soaked to the bone, which is obviously a metaphor because rain can't penetrate our skin. But it's just to show that this dullness, this sadness has been all-consuming. Running faster than that cloud of rain, thought that'd be enough. I love, 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 love this lyric. Running faster than that cloud of rain. It's impossible to outrun a cloud. It's just, you just don't do it. It's up there, we're down here. But to me, and I think that this might just be me, but the idea of running faster than the cloud of rain is doing something that's kind of impossible and feeling like even something that you've done that is extraordinary and almost an impossibility isn't good enough. And that's kind of, I feel like, how everybody kind of feels in the midst of the pandemic, in present day, is that everything we do isn't good enough. Guess I'm only human after all. I'm in a world of pain, this cold the world gave me. I personally, and I think this might just be me personally, but I think that the cold might have a little bit of a double meaning. So like feeling physically cold and chilled and maybe like emotionally cold, but also like the idea of you being sick and having a cold, and that kind of takes all your energy out of you. And so you're cold emotionally and you feel like all the energy's been sapped out of you, and that to me could be like the world of pain that you're in, because everything just seems to be wrong. Prompts me to press the dust-covered rewind, dancing offbeat, lying on the ground. Once winter comes, let's exhale a warmer breath. I don't really have a lot to say about that, but I just think that it's a very pretty lyric. I also think that it's a nice thought of like exhaling a warmer breath when it's cold around you. Like sometimes when you feel cold around you and the warmth is coming from inside of you. Also, this reminds me of, remember, what's it again? You know, like if you like puts out hot breath and then puts out cold breath. There's no end in sight, is there a way out? Now, this reminded me, I was listening to John and Hank Green's podcast, and John Green was talking about his daughter, who said that when it's winter, I feel like it's never going to be summer again. And when it's summer, I feel like it's never going to be winter again. And this just kind of reminded me of this lyric here, because when you're in the midst of something, you feel like it's never going to end. Like, especially when you're struggling, when you're in the midst of something, it's hard to see the end. And that's what most people are struggling with, is that it's hard to see an end of something, that you just don't know when it's going to end. It's kind of like life. My feet refuse to move, oh, close your eyes for a moment, hold my hand, to the future, let's run away. I like the idea of your feet being their own sentient being, because you move your feet. It's just that you don't want to move your feet. But I really, really like the lyric, to the future, let's run away, because the future is the only place that you can go, but it's also the only place you can never be. You know, you go forward and you go towards the future, but you can never be in the future, because once you're in the future, you're in the present. It is that nice idea of just going forward. It's the idea of you have to continue on, you have to keep going, you just go to the future. Like an echo in the forest, the day will come back around as if nothing happened. To me, that kind of shows reverting back to the beginning. Yeah, like your echo goes out and it just comes back. It's the same thing coming back at you, but your echo goes out and then comes back. But it's also referencing the philosophical idea that if a tree falls in a forest and there's no one around to hear it, does it actually make a sound? I just wanted to go through what's written in Genius, because I do like what they've said here. These lines draw from the old philosophical question of whether a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, does it make a sound? The answer, arguably, is that it does not make a sound because nobody is there to hear it. I disagree with that, but that's besides the point. In these lines, BTS make the point that once a problem is fixed, say a global pandemic, people often continue as if the problem never happened. Life goes on and issues are not promised to go on with it. A lot of people say, oh, the world is never going to be the same again after this, like the world is going to change after this. I would personally disagree with that, because I think people are stupid, and I don't think it's not for any fault of our own. It's just that if something's not right in front of us, a lot of us don't care about it. A lot of people just don't care about it because they can't care about it, because they have so many things going on in their own life that they can't think about the things that happened in the past and how they affect us now. Like personally, there are some things that like I feel like I would do. Like I feel like I would wear a mask going to an airport, just because I realize, oh, maybe there's so many bacteria in the airport, maybe I'll just like wear a mask. Or maybe I'll wear a mask when I'm sick from now on, which is maybe what we should have always been doing, but that's beside the point. This current part of our history, whether we like it or not, is always going to be a part of us, and in the grand scheme of things, I think it's going to affect how we see things going forward, even if we don't realize it. Yeah, life goes on, like an arrow in the blue sky, another day flying by, on my pillow, on my table, yeah, life goes on, like this again. I love this. Okay, so the like an arrow in the blue sky, I really like this lyric because an arrow eventually has to stop. An arrow has to either hit something or fall. Because it's an arrow, it's being propelled in through the sky and gravity has to take it down somewhere. The arrow just can't keep on going on by itself, but it just flies by. It just flies by. And then on my pillow, on my table, that to me is comfort and rest. So the arrow is like you just go, 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 and then you get your rest. And then life goes on. You go, 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 you rest, and then life goes on. Let me tell you, with this song, people say the world has changed, but thankfully between you and me, nothing has changed. Yoongi, I agree with this so much. You know what, I know a lot has changed through the world right now with the global pandemic, and not just that, so many other things that are going on right now. I don't think the world has actually changed that much. I think that, like, obviously on the grand scheme of things and in the whole world, yes, life has changed, but there's so many individual lives that just keep on going on. Like, the world has stopped, but individual lives just keep on going on. So that's what Yugi's saying there, is like, between you and me, like, our lives are still going to go on. The world stopped, but we keep on going on. With the hello that we start and finish the day with, let us thread tomorrow with today, stopped for now, but don't hide the shadow, only again daylight will glow. Now, this is where sometimes things can't really translate directly. Obviously, it's saying the hello, but in the song he says annyeong, which can be hello and goodbye in Korean. But, and it's from the annotations, annyeong can also be used as a noun and means peace, tranquility, and wellness. So you start, but to me it's, everything is quite simple in life. Although we complicate a lot of things, everything in life is actually quite simple. You start the day with hello, you finish the day with goodbye, you start the day with peace and tranquility, and you end it with peace and tranquility. That's the goal. Usually not, but okay. And then let us thread tomorrow with today. I think it's just that seamless connection between the days. Most days are pretty similar to each other. Like, most days kind of weave into each other and are seamless. There's obviously occasional days that stand out more than others, but most days just kind of weave into each other quite beautifully. Like that he goes from the shadow to the daylight and the glow, because you can't have one without the other, and one never stays forever. One just becomes the other. One becomes the other. And then the pre-chorus and the chorus are repeated. There's no end in sight. Is there a way out? My feet refuse to move. Oh, close your eyes for a moment. Hold my hand. To the future, let's run away. Like an echo in the forest, the day will come back around. As if nothing happened. Yeah, life goes on. Like an arrow in the blue sky, another day flying by. On my pillow, on my table. Yeah, life goes on, like this again. And then the outro is I remember, I remember, I remember, I remember. Obviously, repetition shows emphasis, and this is emphasizing I remember, I'm gonna remember this, I'm gonna remember all this, I'm gonna remember all of you, I'm gonna remember all these feelings. But it's also to remind yourself that I'm gonna remember this. This is important to me, and so I will remember this. It is important to remember. Like, that's a really important thing. I think people just want to forget what's going on right now. People want to live their life as if it's not happening and they want to forget, but remembering is really, really important and really, really beautiful, and we should be really, really grateful that we can remember so that we don't make same mistakes again. Life goes on, but I'm gonna remember everything that happened because life is very important. I really, really hope you enjoyed this video. I absolutely adored these lyrics, and I really want to go through the rest of the lyrics in the album. If there's any songs you specifically want me to go through, please leave them and comment them down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, turn on post notifications. Remember, you say genius, I think Minyoongi, and all my socials will be linked down below, and I will see you when I see you. Okay, bye!